Mateo, you were already 5 years old when the Bosnian War officially ended. Those were some incredibly hard times for your country. What do you remember of those times?
Yeah, I was obviously a very young boy when it ended and it was happening, but my father was participating in the war, and only things that I remember is like planes dropping bombs and running in the shelter with my family. That picture stayed a lot of my mind. The rest of it I don't remember particularly, but only those pictures stayed in my mind about those planes when they were dropping bombs at my home village, hometown.
You grew up in Mostar, a hotspot of the conflict. What did football mean for the child Mateo? Was it a way of salvation in a city destroyed by the war?
No, actually I was born in Mostar, but I live 15 kilometers from Mostar. It's close to the hotspot where the war was like erupting, especially when the war between Muslims and Croats started in Bosnia. It was like we had two wars actually. One was for independence and second one was, even I don't know for what. And but it was like how to explain, it was very hard times. You didn't socialize a lot back then, you know. It was like, especially after the war ended, all people were trying to get back to their lives, to try to live normally as they could, but it was very hard to adapt. But still I was very small and I just wanted to play with my friends and my cousins, so we didn't like think a lot about what happened before. We were just like playing as children, as normal children would do, and that was all mostly. And then started the love for football also in that age and continued to this day.
Who was your idol?
We had a lot of good players in our history, but the moment like in that period that I wanted to be, because Croatia in that moment, like after the war in '98, they won a bronze medal in World Cup in France. So we all wanted to be Davor Šuker, like Davor Šuker from, I think, all the area from Bosnia and Croatia. They all wanted to be Davor Šuker because he was the best striker in that World Cup with 6 goals. And that was our passion, to become strikers. Now, today is a little bit different. I'm defender, but it's still nice memories I have from my childhood in that World Cup.
Okay, let's jump in time. After a season in Germany at Energie Cottbus, you came here to Cluj in the summer of 2014. How was your period of accommodation?
Yeah, it was very easy for me. I like the city, the start, and the team, and I know the coach Vasilij Mirvica because he was a coach of second team and scout for Energie Cottbus when I came there. But when I came, he left to Romania. So when I came, I had some who I know, so it was easier for me at that. Especially he was the coach; he helped me a lot, and that period stayed in my memory very well. And we had such a good team and great teammates. Like we were like a family, despite all the problems that we had before. And our results from that 6 months that I stayed here showed we were in second place.
You came back to Cluj 2 years ago. What or who did convince you to come back?
Who did convince me? It's very hard to answer that question. It was because I stayed a long time in Sheriff. It was very hard to say and goodbye and really like leave Sheriff. But the president, the coach, and the people from the club convinced me to come and help CFR to do something in Europe that year, our last year, and we managed. So when I came, it was like we need to go in Europe, and we managed to do so. It was I was very satisfied. Almost after 3 months, we achieved our goal for that season, and after we had the goal winning another championship, and we succeeded in that. So first year was one of the best years I had in my life in my football career.
You became national champion in 3 different countries. Which trophy is the most precious one for you? What do you feel in your soul when you lift the trophy above your head?
Listen, all the trophies that you win, they have their like importance and their like feelings around them. Every season is different. My first trophy that I won in Bosnia, I was very young. I played like 15, 16 games, but it was my first season, so it was very good experience for me to go from junior football to senior football. The trophies that I won in Moldova are all different, especially first my 2 trophies in Moldova that I won for championship. We played a golden game, something similar that we played with Craiova here last year. It was an amazing experience, and especially last year with Craiova, with all the problems we had with Corona and with injured players. And after dropping down 1-0 for them, and then we showed our character and the spirit of this team, that we are the best team in Romania, and after we won this game 3-1 and lift the trophy.
Mateo, how is life in Cluj? Do you have a favorite place, favorite food? Do people recognize you on the street?
So I like Cluj a lot. Even I said always when people ask me about Cluj, even when I was not here in that period, the first time I was here, we had some problems, financial I think, and it stayed in very good memory in my head. Like I liked it a lot, the city and the people and the club and everything. And now, always in the start was very good. You can go for lunches, you can go for walks with your family without thinking about nothing. But since this Corona, I don't go too much anywhere.
What do you do in your spare time? Do you have hobbies?
No, practically I like to watch documentaries, movies and series, of course, and that especially when my family is not here, I have a lot of then free time. Then I mostly spend it at home watching some series and movies.
Do you have a favorite movie?
Favorite movies? I have them a lot, so I can't choose one.
Name 3.
Name 3, National Treasure, Independence Day, and I need to mention Game of Thrones, the series.
What sports do you watch besides football, or maybe play?
No. So my favorite sports outside the football is like basketball and American football. That I watch them a lot, especially American football, because especially after some games when I can't sleep, they are during the night, so I spend the night after the game watching NBA and NFL, depending which season started.
What would be your advice for a youngster? And I don't mean just becoming a football star, for any youngster from your experience to succeed in life, just like you did.
Listen, to succeed as a professional sportsman, so it doesn't matter which sport, you really need to be like hardworking, and you need to especially have the support of the family, because all the families when you are young, they wanted, even my mother wanted, continue with school, but when you decide to take on the sports, be persistent, and hard work always pays off. It doesn't matter in what age, you don't need to quit. Most of the youngers quit when they have some bad results, it doesn't matter which sport. So their confidence goes down, but you always need to stay positive and think that you will succeed.
Okay, Mateo, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for your answers.
You're welcome.
And for your time.
Thank you.